Welcome back to English from A to Z, English Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of those classic puzzles that trips up almost every single English learner. We're talking about two tiny words that can completely change what you're trying to say, will and would. You know, getting this right, it's a massive leap forward in sounding truly fluent.
So how do you know which one to pick? People mix these up constantly, but I promise, by the end of this explainer, you are going to have a super clear, simple way to make the right choice every single time. So you ready to crack this code for good? Let's jump in.
Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll set up the main puzzle. Then, we're going to take a trip into two totally different worlds. The world of will, which is all about what's real, and the world of would, which is where our imagination lives. After that, we'll tackle some trickier situations, and then we'll wrap it all up with the key things you absolutely need to remember. It's a straight shot to mastering this.
Right then, let's get straight to the heart of it. Honestly, the whole choice between will and would really just comes down to one simple question. Are you talking about something real, or are you talking about something imaginary? Think of it like this. You've got two different universes. Will is the tool you use for the real universe, for talking about the future, things that are actually likely to happen. It's confident, it's about reality. But would? That's for the other universe, the universe of what if. It's for situations that are hypothetical, meaning they're not real, at least not right now. If you can just get this one difference, you've basically won the battle.
So let's step into our first world and really see how this works. We're talking about will and its solid connection to a real, very likely future.
Let's paint a picture. Imagine a mom and dad, and they're a little worried. Their son is heading off to university in a totally new city, and they're scared he might get lonely. The father, well, he wants to make his wife feel better.
So he says he will make many new friends at school. See that? He uses will because knowing his son, knowing what he's like, this feels like a very strong, confident prediction. It's a real, genuine possibility. Now, is this a 100% guarantee? Of course not. It's not like he has a crystal ball. But what will does here is it sends a signal of strong confidence. It's how we talk about what we really, truly expect to happen in the real world.
Okay, time to flip the coin. Let's leave the real world and step into our second world, the world of would, where things are a little different. This is the land of imagination, of what if. Let's change up our story. What if the son isn't actually making friends? What if he's just going to class and then heading straight back to his dorm room to play video games all day? This changes everything. We've got a new condition, a new reality. In this situation, the father might sigh and say he would make new friends if he went out more. The second you hear that word, would, a little alarm bell should go off in your head. It's telling you what I'm describing is not happening right now. He is not making friends.
And that's the whole secret. Would is for hypothetical situations. That's just a fancy word for imaginary or not real. It's for picturing a different reality. If this one thing were different, if he went out, then this other thing would happen. He'd make friends. It's all happening in the world of imagination. All right, so you've got the foundation now. Real versus unreal. Will versus would. Now let's level up, because we're going to look at a couple of trickier situations where would does some really specific important jobs.
First up is something called reported speech. This is just when you're telling someone what somebody else said. So if your friend says to you directly, "I will call," and later you're telling your mom about it, you'd say, "He said he would call." In this case, would is just acting as the past tense of will. It's one of those grammar rules you just kind of have to memorize. Now, this next one, this is where it gets really powerful. Imagine a coworker is up for a promotion. Okay, look at step one. Someone says she will need more sales. How does that feel? It sounds hopeful, doesn't it? Like it's a real possibility. She can do it. But now listen to step two. She would need more sales. The whole feeling just changed. That implies it's hypothetical now. Maybe the deadline is tomorrow and it's just not going to happen. And then, step three.
She would have needed more sales. That's it. It's in the past. It's over. The chance is gone she didn't get it. Isn't that amazing? How one little word can take you from hope to doubt to a finished story.
Okay, we have traveled through the real world, the imaginary world, and navigated some tricky grammar. So, what are the big rules you need to lock into your brain? Let's just boil it all down.
Here it is, as simple as it gets. Will is for the real world. Think future facts, things you really expect to happen. Would is for the imaginary world, those what-if situations that aren't true right now. And don't forget its special side job as the past tense of will when you're reporting speech.
Hey, let's bust a huge myth right now, especially for anyone out there studying for exams like the IELTS or TOEFL. A lot of learners think would is just a fancier, more formal way to say will. It is absolutely not. Using would when you mean will doesn't make you sound smarter. It just changes the meaning and makes it incorrect. Think of them like a hammer and a screwdriver. They're both great tools, but you can't use a hammer to turn a screw. They just have different jobs.
So to wrap this all up, let's make it real for you. I have a question. What is one real, definite thing that you will do this week to practice your English? And now, let's go to that imaginary world. What is one thing you would do to learn English if you had all the time and money in the world? Really thinking about that is the perfect way to make this lesson stick for good.